Christina, how are you?
I'm great. How are you, Lisa?
Good. Well, I'm really happy that you could join me today to talk more about the library and how OSU Online students can access the library. So here at OSU. So could you tell me a little bit more about your role here at OSU?
Absolutely. I am the Instructional Design and Online Learning Librarian for OSU Libraries, and my focus is on library instruction and, in particular, online learning. And so I design and develop a variety of learning materials, including digital learning materials, such as short tutorials. And another one of my responsibilities is to work as a library liaison to OSU's online programs. And that just means that I connect with programs like OSU Online to make sure we're meeting the library needs of the program's students and staff.
Thank you for sharing that, because one of the unique things about OSU Online is that our students may never set foot on OSU's campus in Stillwater, that they can be 100% remote and have very flexible schedules. So, you talked a little bit about tutorials and a little bit about some guides that you've created. What are some specific things that the library offers OSU Online students?
Yeah, there's this misconception that online students are going to receive less library services than their face-to-face counterparts. And I'd like to dispel that myth. Here at the library, we aim to provide services and resources to our online community, just like we would for our on-campus students. And to make it easy to find these distance-specific services and resources, we have a guide on our website called Distance Library Services, very self-explanatory. And I recommend starting here first because it lists everything available to you and how to find out more information about each of those items that are available. So as far as resources go, OSU Online students have the same or equivalent access to our huge catalog of both digital and physical resources. You can search for them on the library site just like you would if you were on campus. And all you have to do is log in using your OKey information. And you'll note that I also included the word physical resources in there. If you're near campus, you can come on by and check out any materials that you'd like using your student ID. And if you don't live nearby campus and you are also a fully online student who lives 80 miles or more away from campus, you can qualify for the library to actually ship you those physical materials for you to use. The library also has several partner locations, partner libraries that we partner with throughout Oklahoma and beyond Oklahoma. So online students are also able to visit those libraries and use them and check out items as well. Finally, I'll mention that the library offers help and research expertise when you need it. We have several ways you can contact us with questions. We have expert librarians who can help you with the research process and finding and using information in specific subject areas. And we also have different learning opportunities like workshops and how-to tutorials.
And a lot of those are online, right? Those workshops and yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. We have a great number of them that are available either in person or online, and some that are just available online.
Can you tell me a little bit more about some of the tutorials that you have? Like, what would a tutorial from the library teach me?
Our library tutorials cover a variety of topics, and they can be found in one spot, and that's the tutorials page of our website, the library website, very self-explanatory. And here you can find help with specific steps in the academic research process, like forming a research question, finding appropriate resources, evaluating information, all the things that you would encounter when you're doing an assignment that involves academic research. And also you can learn how to use specific tools and library resources that are available to you. These tutorials are regularly being updated and added to, so if you don't see what you need, just email me so we can consider adding it to our catalog of tutorials and helping other students who might have that same question.
Oh, that's really nice. So I guess kind of along those lines, a lot of our online programs are graduate programs, the majority of them are. And we also have undergrads who are interested in research. But how can the library assist online students with research?
Yeah, that's a great question. There are so many ways, and part of the library's vision is to be the OSU community's preferred provider of learning and research information. So one of our main goals is to meet students' research needs. As I already mentioned, OSU Online students have access to the plethora of both physical and electronic reference materials provided by the library. And this includes our entire catalog of resources, such as databases, journals, books, ebooks, streaming videos, newspapers, and there's just so much more. This is so much knowledge that is just available right at your fingertips, and all you have to do is log in with your OKey information, which is just a huge benefit of being an OSU student. Secondly, the library website lists research guides that are organized by both subject area or college, and these guides are just a great starting point for any research that you're doing. For resources, for research direction, you can find all of that in one spot. And you can use these research guide pages, to locate your subject-specific librarian. And this is a really neat thing that the OSU Library offers, which is librarians who specialize in a subject area and who you can contact at any point with research questions, or if you need some advanced research help, they're also able to provide that for you. If you still aren't sure about something, you can use the library's Ask Us service to chat with somebody live. You can browse the frequently asked questions, or you can even email or call the library directly. And as I've already mentioned, there are those tutorials to assist with specific steps in the research process. And just lastly, just to reiterate, to visit that distance library services guide, because that's where you'll be able to see the entirety of services and research resources available to our OSU Online students.
Yeah, it's a very helpful guide. And also plug for you and for us, we have that on our website, and it's really easy to find, and it's very easy to use thanks to you. So thanks for doing that.
Awesome.
So Cristina, we talked a little bit about what students should do if they need a resource that isn't available at the OSU library. Is there any more information on that?
Yeah, so if there's a resource that you need, we don't have it, either in our catalog, you don't see a book in our catalog that you need, whatever it might be. There's actually an entire department in the library called Interlibrary Services that's dedicated to obtaining materials that you need, but the library doesn't currently have. So once they get the library material for you, Interlibrary Services is then going to electronically deliver it to you. And like I mentioned previously, if you're that fully online student who lives, 80 miles or more away from campus, they'll ship the physical materials to you for your use. And also you can, again, visit those library partner libraries and see, if they have that material. So there's definitely options available.
So if let's say that you're partnered with some library that's near my house or something like that, I request it and then I go to that library and I pick it up?
Yeah, you can see if the library has it available, and then just go in-house and you get an ID from OSU, from this campus, and all you have to do is show your OSU ID and you're allowed to borrow materials from there just like you would from here, from OSU.
That's cool. So when I was a student, I took some classes online, and even though I was taking classes online, there's something in my brain. I like having a physical book. I like having paper. And so I think that is a really good option for students like me or other students who just want something to hold almost.
Right. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And that's why it's a really nice option to know that there are libraries potentially nearby our students who you can just go in and use them like you would the OSU library and get that physical book and hold it in your hands, or whatever the material might be that you need to use. It could be a music score, it could be an audiobook, whatever they have available. As long as it's one of our partner institutions, you're able to check it out and use it.
And that saves you so much money.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Which is always something we like. So we've talked a lot about the great things that the library does for OSU Online students and any OSU student. But what would you say are the main benefits for students using the library?
Oh my goodness, there are so many benefits to using the library. I can't recommend it enough, and that's not just because I work for the library and am a librarian, but to put it simply, the library offers students this invaluable access. And you've likely heard that saying that, knowledge is power. And yeah, that's actually very true, but that knowledge is a valuable commodity because somebody pays for it and somebody's hosting it and it lives somewhere. And oftentimes it's not accessible to people because it's placed behind a paywall, meaning you have to pay money to access it. And that can get very pricey. The library takes away all of those barriers and gives students that invaluable access to knowledge, access to resources, and access to expertise. And by using the library, you can search through a seemingly endless catalog of resources and also get that specialized help and academic research support at the moment of need. We even offer whole departments dedicated to assisting with specific research areas, such as maps and spatial data, oral history, government information, and patents and trademarks. There's just a level of expertise and information that far surpasses the capabilities of Google.
Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah. I really like that you said that we are, as students at OSU and OSU Online, we should really take advantage of this because it's just so much better than Google. It's so much better than anything that you can find for free. And so while we have it, we should, definitely take advantage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there are good uses for Google, like if you want to find out a review for your TV show that you love, or the name of this actor that you've forgotten from 15 years ago. And, there are great uses, or even just getting basic information about a research topic. That's a good place, Wikipedia even. But those academic research databases, journals, all of those resources are where you can find that information that you need, that the library provides for you.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Thank you. So I want to also ask you, what would you tell a student who is maybe hesitant or unsure about using the library?
Yeah, that's, I guess it really depends on why they're hesitant. Sometimes people are hesitant because they want to use the tools that they're familiar with and that they've always used, and that's a normal response. Typically, that's Google. And, as I just mentioned, the library can serve your academic research needs in a way that Google just can't. So I would encourage that student, to just learn more about how to use the library resources, how to, use those tutorials to learn about search skills and research questions and how you can use resources for that from the library instead of the tools that maybe you've known how to use seamlessly thus far. Mm-hmm. I would also say, maybe it's possible that the student is hesitant because using the library, honestly, can feel kind of overwhelming. There's actual studies that we have that show students have some level of anxiety about using the library for the first time because it can just seem so daunting. And so first and foremost, please know that you are not alone. This isn't weird, and it's not uncommon. The library is actually aware of this anxiety and hesitance, and so we have built-in support and built-in non-judgmental support systems to provide that help whenever you do need it. I'd also encourage this hesitant student, just to start small. You don't have to learn about or use the entire library resources all at once. Not only is that impossible, but it would just be way too much and make you feel even more overwhelmed. But just explore what we offer one thing at a time. You can start by looking through our tutorials, playing around with finding some databases in your subject area, and some journals that are valuable to your research. Locate your subject specialist librarian, browse the library's calendar of events to see if there's any workshops you're interested in. You can also figure out what library resources you might need once you get a syllabus for your course. Check out the assignments to see what you might need from the library, the resources that are there, the expertise that's there, and just go ahead and locate them right then and there so you're prepared when the time comes in the course to need them. And if you still have hesitancy, just remember that we at the library are here to help. That is our whole job. We love to assist you. Whatever you need, all you have to do is reach out.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. And I can very much attest to that. Even as a staff member, I've used the library for just questions that I've had. And the chat is super simple to use. the email, the phone, they're very responsive, very quick, and so you're in very good hands as an OSU Online student with the library.
Yeah, and oftentimes if you call or email or chat with the library, you're going to get another student who's working at the library. So you'll be talking to a fellow student a lot of times, not always, but a lot of times. So yeah, that's just one extra way to help feel more comfortable.
Yeah, definitely. You're talking to a peer, which is always less stressful than talking to someone who, I don't know, who just you feel like maybe doesn't understand you. You're talking to someone who's going through the same experiences as you.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Well, so you know that at OSU we follow the Cowboy Code, and I wanted to ask you, how do you feel like the library aligns with the Cowboy Code, and is there a specific line from the code that you feel represents the library?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I love the Cowboy Code. I think I most identify with the "We dream as big as the sky." And that's because I feel that we in the library are always working toward the next new opportunity to meet student needs and to expand our help and resources for students. Teaching and learning and research are not areas that stay still. They are always evolving. Just look away for 1 second and there's something new every second. And so the library's mission is to literally expand the learning potential of students and citizens of our state and to enhance teaching and learning capabilities to our faculty. And so we work to not only meet this mission, but exceed it by anticipating and evolving with our community's needs. And I feel like that really captures the heart of dreaming as big as the sky.
I agree. That's wonderful. I also wanted to ask you about our land grant mission. And this is about, bringing education to everyone, and that we want to be the nation's preeminent land grant university. So how do you feel that the library helps fulfill this mission?
Oh, yeah. So at the library, we are all about OSU's mission of being the nation's preeminent land grant university. Our library, we aim to expand the knowledge and skills needed by our students and the citizens of our state. And one major way that we do that is through teaching information literacy. And that just means that we aim to equip our community with the skills needed to find information, evaluate it, analyze it, and apply that right information at the right time and in a wide variety of situations, not just one or two, but how can I use this when I need it? Those skills are essential for the critical thinking and decision making that's required for not only your academic career, obviously that's, you're in school and that's what you need it for right now, but also preparing you for your professional career, whatever that might be. Additionally, we want to support the amazing and innovative research being done here at OSU by equipping our community with the highest quality resources and services. That's part of the heart and soul of OSU's mission, and it positively impacts opportunities for our students, it impacts our state, and even the world. And then, finally, I would just say that we aim to put high quality knowledge and resources in the hands of not only the people who work for OSU or if you attend classes at OSU, but also the citizens of Oklahoma. In service to that mission, our library is open for use by Oklahoma residents, and we give them that invaluable access that can support their own pursuits. So that access, we've talked about before how important it is, but really it's something that can improve the lives of our citizens directly or indirectly.
Mm-hmm. I think that's something that's really important to online students is that this access is available to them fully without having to be in person. And that's really special because some schools are not as cognizant or as dedicated to that to that mission. And so that's something really special about OSU.
Oh yeah, our distance students, our fully online students are just as much a part of this community as any other student is. And so we really, we value you guys, and however we're here, we can help, we will help. So.
Awesome. And I wanted to ask you one last question. Cristina, what's your favorite part about being a member of the Cowboy family?
Oh my goodness. So I would say the best part of being a member of the Cowboy family is this shared pride that we all have in our university and its mission, and really in being a cowboy. I think the Cowboy Code perfectly captures how that pride plays out in our community. I am both an OSU employee and an alumni of OSU. And so I've seen how students, how staff, faculty, whoever it might be within our OSU community, really do give it everything that they have and keep pushing through challenges. And there's this shared passion and drive that makes OSU the amazing place that it is, which then allows us to be the best we can be, as well as influence our communities, our state, the world. There's just something to be said for a pride like that.
Oh, that's great. I love that. Yeah. Thank you so much. And
Yeah.
I want to say, Cristina, you are a great example of this because Cristina does not live in Oklahoma at the moment, but she is so passionate about OSU and about OSU Online. And I think a good representative of how you can still be a cowboy, still have all of that, cowboy pride, and you don't necessarily have to live in Stillwater. You can be anywhere in the world.
Absolutely. Yeah, and when I mentioned I'm an alumni, I am an alumni of an online program. So bonus.
Yes.
I've been there too.
That's awesome. Well, I want to encourage everyone to look up this guide that Cristina has created. It's on our website at osuonline.okstate.edu. You'll be able to see everything there, how to contact Cristina, contact the library, use all the resources. And Cristina, we just want to thank you for joining us today.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. And I am, we're always looking for ways to improve the way we meet your guys' needs. So just let us know. And as always, go Pokes.
Go Pokes! Thank you.